Okay, so we are going to continue with chapter 2b this week. You already have the vocabulary from last week that you filled in, so make sure you have out your chapter 2 vocab when you're going through this because it will just make more sense. So, chapter 2b, we're going to do a star and locations. So, the verb estar in this chapter, we'll be learning about classroom items, locations, and the verb estar. So, estar means to be, and the conjugated forms mean am, is, and are. Now, this is the same exact thing as the verb ser that we learned 2 chapters ago. So, I am, you are, he is, she is, we are, y'all are, and they are. So, estar is an AR verb that is irregular in the yo form. So, all other forms conjugate normally. The first person singular yo form is estoy, and there are accent marks on the A of all forms of estar except for the yo and nosotros form. So here are your 2 T-charts. Estar on the left, we have estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. Notice the accent on the A in the bottom 4. And then on the right, here's your verb ser just to reference and remember it. We're not using the verb ser this chapter, so don't get confused. I just wanted you to see it, to remember it, and let you know that they both do mean the same thing, but you use different ones for different reasons. If both ser and estar mean the same thing, then how do we know which one to use? You'll learn more about this in Spanish too, but for now, the easiest way to remember it is that ser is used for things that are permanent and estar is used for things that are temporary or locations. And we are going to be using it with locations this chapter. So when using locations with estar, you will notice that the location words are all followed by the word de, except for the words en, aquí, and allí. When de is combined with el, it forms the contraction del. So here's the wrong way and the right way. So if we were saying the pencil sharpener is next to the student desk, notice how it has del. Okay, you can't say it like that. We have a double vowel and it doesn't make sense. So we will combine it. So look at the right way. This sentence is going to be el sacapuntas, which is the pencil sharpener, está, which is the word for is, al lado, next to, and then del pupitre. Okay, so if that second word is masculine, so if it's el, you're going to change it to del. If it's feminine, you write it out the way it is. So, for example, at the bottom of the slide, el sacapuntas está al lado de la ventana. You're just going to write out de la because la ventana is feminine. So do not forget that. That's the biggest thing that people mess up. If the second word or the second item in the sentence, which is the last word of the sentence, is masculine, don't forget to make that del del. This is the most important slide of the presentation. When using estar with locations, this is your sentence structure. This is the formula you are using for your sentences and for the project this chapter. You have item or person 1. Most times it's an item. Okay, we're talking about items in the classroom. So it's going to be saying things like the pencil's next to the paper is on top of the desk, the flag is next to the door. So item or person 1 plus the form of estar. If it is a singular item, it is está. If it's a plural item, it's están. So el libro would be está, los libros would be están. Don't forget that. Then put your location. So that's going to be next to, on top of, beneath. All those words are in your chapter 2b vocab. Then don't forget your word de and then the second item. Okay? And since the first item is the subject of the sentence, the form of estar will match it. So that's what I'm saying. If this is singular, make sure that the form of estar is singular. If the item is plural, make sure the form of estar is plural, being están. So here are some example sentences. I gave you items in the classroom and wanted you to say where they were. You probably forget what my classroom looks like, so I wrote out the sentences for you. So when I ask you about the trash can, I just put the trash can is underneath the table. Okay, la papelera está debajo de la mesa. El escritorio is the teacher's desk. I just put that it is in front of the class. So el escritorio está delante de la clase. Los libros, the books, I put los libros están debajo de las sillas. Okay, the books are below your seats in the classroom. Now, this is plural because we have two items. So the flag and the phone are están, la bandera y el teléfono están al lado del cartel. Okay, they are next to the poster. Notice that I did not write de el, okay, del cartel, because it's masculine. And number 5, la profesora, which is me. La profesora está al lado de la pizarra. Okay, the teacher is next to the blackboard. All right, so this concludes your notes, and you are going to go on and do the quizzes and then do the project, which I included my example in.